Have you ever looked at a sheer lace dress and thought it was simply too daring for your age? That hesitation is common, yet style works much like light. It doesn't need to blind to be powerful. When softened and diffused, it highlights beauty instead of hiding it. Many women over 50 shy away from lace because of three worries. It might reveal too much, feel inappropriate, or be difficult to style. The truth is different. With the right fabric, silhouette, color, and finishing touches, lace can become one of the most flattering and sophisticated choices in your wardrobe. It can project confidence, refinement, and a modern sense of elegance without ever crossing into excess. There are 5 key elements to making sheer lace work beautifully. First is the fabric, selecting lace that feels soft, breathable, and refined against the skin. Second is managing transparency, choosing where and how much to reveal for an effect that feels alluring yet controlled. Third is silhouette, tailoring the cut to your body's shape so the dress enhances rather than overwhelms. Fourth is color, the palette that brightens the complexion and softens features. Finally, accessories and hair complete the look, creating balance and polish so the lace never stands alone but feels part of a cohesive statement. With these principles, you'll discover that sheer lace is not a trend to fear, but a tool you can master. The result is a personal formula for dressing that makes you look modern, elegant, and self-assured, proof that true style has no expiration date. Fabric choice, lace as an expression of refinement. When it comes to lace dresses, fabric quality is what separates a refined look from one that feels dated or overly ornate. For women over 50, the goal is not to shy away from lace, but to choose versions that flatter the body, feel comfortable against mature skin, and project understated elegance. Cotton lace is one of the most approachable options. Its natural fibers are breathable, soft, and far less irritating to the skin than many synthetic alternatives. This matters because skin sensitivity increases with age. A report from Textile Outlook International found that more than 60% of women over 50 prefer natural fabrics for comfort and skin health. Cotton lace typically features simpler motifs, making it versatile enough for both daytime wear and informal gatherings. A client of mine, age 57, once avoided lace entirely until I encouraged her to try an ivory cotton lace dress with subtle floral embroidery. She wore it to her granddaughter's birthday party and was surprised when friends commented she looked nearly a decade younger. Her complexion brightened simply by the softness of the fabric and color. Embroidered lace adds dimension and artistry. Raised patterns create visual depth and instantly elevate a garment for more formal settings. Its strength lies in the detail. Floral or geometric embroidery provides a structured surface that catches light and subtly emphasizes movement. The risk, however, is excess. Overly dense embroidery can appear heavy, particularly on petite frames. For women in midlife, balance is key. Select embroidered lace that incorporates open spaces to maintain lightness. Personally, I rely on a champagne-toned embroidered lace dress for corporate dinners. The design highlights my neckline and sleeves without overwhelming my shape, and it has become one of my most reliable pieces for evening occasions. Luxury laces such as Chantilly or guipure represent the pinnacle of refinement. Their hallmark is delicacy combined with extraordinary craftsmanship. Chantilly lace, with its fine netting and intricate detail, feels soft and fluid, while guipure lace, known for bold, connected motifs, offers more structure. These fabrics are often chosen for major events where one wants to stand out with sophistication. The Global Fashion Industry Report noted that sales of premium lace dresses continue to rise in the U.S. among women over 50, reflecting the desire to invest in quality pieces that convey confidence. The drawback is cost and maintenance. A beautiful lace dress is only worth its price if the cut, lining, and color truly enhance the wearer's natural features. The lesson is that lace itself is not the problem, selection is. Cotton lace provides ease, embroidered lace offers refinement, and high-end chantilly or guipure become statements of timeless luxury. The question is not whether women over 50 should wear lace, but how they choose it. Ask yourself, does the fabric breathe? Does it complement your skin tone? And does it enhance rather than overwhelm your presence? Once fabric choice is settled, the next consideration is transparency. Lace is inherently sheer, and the art lies in controlling how much is revealed and how much is suggested. Managing sheerness well transforms lace from intimidating to empowering, which is the next principle to master. Sheerness, the art of suggestive elegance. In lace, transparency is what separates refinement from risk. For women over 50, the objective is never to conceal everything nor to expose too much, but to find that middle ground where allure feels intentional and sophistication remains intact. The first principle is layering. A satin slip in nude or a coordinating tone instantly changes the mood of a lace dress. Satin has a gentle sheen that reflects light softly, smoothing the complexion and giving the impression of polish. Unlike polyester, it resists wrinkling and elevates the entire garment. Research from Fashion Consumer Insights 2021 showed that 68% of American women over 50 identified comfort and security as their main priority when wearing semi-sheer clothing, which is precisely what satin delivers. Adding an outer layer, a cropped cardigan, a sheer jacket, or even a lightweight blazer adds dimension while providing modesty. These pieces transform transparency from something potentially intimidating into a tool of controlled styling. Another key strategy is selective exposure. The most flattering approach is to highlight one area rather than the entire upper body. Shoulders, arms, or the collarbone often remain attractive and graceful, even as the years pass. Allow lace to reveal those areas while ensuring coverage elsewhere. This targeted sheerness directs the gaze and frames your strengths, much like a painter deciding which details to emphasize. I recall wearing a long-sleeved lace dress with a nude satin lining, leaving only the shoulders and sleeves unlined. The effect was subtle but powerful. Instead of feeling overexposed, I felt sophisticated and confident. Compliments were not about my age, but about how elegant and modern the dress appeared. That experience convinced me that transparency, when managed thoughtfully, is not about daring but about refinement. Ask yourself, which part of your body do you still feel most confident showing? Is it your shoulders, your forearms, or your neckline? Identifying that area allows you to guide the design to flatter rather than distract. According to the ARP Style and Confidence Survey 2022, 74% of women over 50 expressed greater confidence when sheer garments included lining and strategically placed openings, compared to only 21% who preferred all-over transparency. The numbers confirm what experience tells us. Suggestion is far more effective than revelation. If you have ever set aside a lace dress thinking it was too sheer, reconsider it with the right adjustments. A nude satin slip, an airy cardigan, or a cropped blazer might be all it needs. Sheerness is not the enemy, it's a language, and the key is speaking it fluently at this stage of life. Once transparency is under control, the next question is shape. The silhouette determines whether a lace dress flatters the figure or overwhelms it, and that is the next essential principle to master. Silhouette flattering without constriction. The cut of a lace dress determines whether it enhances your shape or works against it. For women over 50, the key is balance, tailoring that defines the figure without clinging uncomfortably. Too loose and you lose your natural proportions. Too tight, and the look becomes restrictive rather than graceful. Apple-shaped figures, fuller through the midsection with slimmer legs, benefit from A-line dresses that skim rather than hug the waist. A higher waistline elongates the torso and draws attention upward, away from the stomach area. Choosing lace with vertical motifs also helps create length and structure. Pear-shaped bodies, with narrower shoulders and fuller hips, call for details that balance the frame. Lace dresses with shoulder embellishments, wider necklines, or gentle puffed sleeves redirect the eye upward. This approach creates equilibrium, so the hips are not the dominant feature. Adding texture near the collarbone or shoulders in lace feels natural and feminine, and it achieves proportion without bulk. Rectangle figures often struggle with a lack of waist definition. The solution is structure through tailoring. A lace peplum dress, nipped gently at the waist and flaring slightly over the hips, builds curves where they may not naturally appear. Even subtle seams and darts in the right places can turn a straight silhouette into one that feels more sculpted. Hourglass shapes, balanced at shoulders and hips with a defined waist, should lean toward dresses that follow natural lines without squeezing. A lace dress that drapes over the body, fitted through the waist but not skin-tight, celebrates those proportions while maintaining elegance. Overly clingy designs risk appearing dated or overly dramatic, while a moderate fit highlights curves in a refined way. The International Journal of Fashion Design reported that 72% of women over 50 opt for dresses that are too loose in an effort to disguise their bodies. Ironically, this often adds bulk and makes the frame appear heavier. A tailored cut that skims rather than hides is far more flattering. I learned this lesson personally when I tried on a loose lace shift dress for a cocktail party. On the hanger, it looked elegant, but once worn, it erased my waistline and made me appear broader. I swapped it for a softly fitted peplum lace dress that suggested shape without clinging. The compliments were immediate. People noticed how put together I looked rather than noticing the dress itself. Ask yourself, do your dresses highlight your best features or do they drown your shape? Many women assume comfort only comes from excess fabric, but the truth is that comfort and tailoring can coexist. A dress that supports and defines the figure lightly is always more flattering than one that hides everything. Silhouette, when chosen with intention, ensures lace becomes a frame for your beauty rather than a distraction. Once the shape is right, the next factor that determines how radiant you look is color. The palette that interacts with your skin, enhances light, and sets the tone for your presence. Color, the key to brightening the complexion. Color is often more powerful than cut or fabric when it comes to how a lace dress reads on mature skin. At 50 and beyond, the wrong shade can drain warmth from the face, while the right one can bring radiance instantly. Pastels, soft pink, mint green, and lavender have a light-reflecting quality that softens fine lines and adds freshness. Low-saturation tones create harmony with skin that may have lost some of its natural contrast. In my consultations, I've seen pastel lace transform the way a client carries herself. One woman, age 55, swapped her black lace dress for an ivory pink pastel option. At her family photo session, relatives commented that her face appeared brighter, and the photographs confirmed the effect. She looked rested and vibrant. Have you noticed how pale shades around your neckline can act almost like soft focus lighting? Neutrals such as beige, ivory, and champagne offer timeless refinement. They work as understated canvases, allowing jewelry, makeup, or even the lace texture itself to stand out. Neutrals are particularly forgiving because they don't cast harsh shadows on the face. In fact, a study published by the Color Research and Application Journal found that neutral shades with a warm undertone were perceived as youthful and elegant by observers evaluating women over 50. Personally, my ivory lace sheath with a champagne undertone has served me for weddings, anniversaries, and evening dinners. It always photographs beautifully, no matter the lighting. Which neutral do you feel most confident wearing? the crispness of ivory, or the warmth of champagne. On the other hand, some shades are best avoided. Jet black worn close to the face can highlight under-eye shadows and lines, while black lace can still work in evening wear. Pairing it with a contrasting lining or light accessories is essential. Neon tones, bright lime, electric pink, or highlighter yellow tend to overwhelm mature skin and feel dated. Deep jewel tones can be elegant, but only when balanced with softer accents. I learned this lesson myself at a holiday party where I wore a black guipure lace dress with no lining contrast. The result was harsh under indoor lighting, and I realized afterward that I looked tired in every photo. A year later, in the same setting, I chose a champagne lace dress with subtle shimmer, and people asked if I had been on vacation, proof that color alone can change perception. Ask yourself, when was the last time you experimented with a lighter lace shade instead of defaulting to black? If your answer is rarely, it may be time to revisit your palette. According to an ARP Style Confidence Report, 2022, 69% of women over 50 felt more youthful when wearing lighter or softly colored garments, while only 18% preferred dark monochromes near the face. Mastering color means more than choosing what's safe. It's about selecting tones that lift your features and create vibrancy. Once the palette is right, the finishing touches, accessories, and hair become the final layer that determines whether your lace dress feels complete and intentional. Accessories and hair completing the look. The right accessories and hairstyle transform a lace dress from pretty to polished. At 50 and beyond, the goal is not to overwhelm the lace but to frame it, allowing the fabric's delicacy to remain the focal point while signaling refinement. Jewelry works best when it is understated. A single strand of pearls or a pair of diamond studs adds quiet elegance. Small details reflect light back to the face, brightening the complexion without stealing attention. According to the Accessories Council Annual Report 2022, 64% of women over 50 say they prefer minimal but meaningful jewelry, a category that pearls and classic studs dominate. Personally, I never travel without my pearl earrings. They lift even the simplest lace blouse into something intentional. Have you noticed how one small accessory can change the way you carry yourself? Handbags should provide structure. A medium-sized satchel or top-handle bag in beige, black, or navy creates a sense of order and authority. Soft, slouchy bags tend to drag the outfit down and compete with the delicacy of lace. Research by Fashion Snoops 2021 revealed that structured bags increased perceived sophistication by more than 20% in consumer testing. Which bag shape in your closet makes you feel most polished, structured, or relaxed? Shoes continue the line. Pointed toe flats elongate the leg while offering comfort. Ballet flats or low-block heels add just enough lift without compromising stability. I once wore a champagne lace dress with nude pointed flats to a friend's wedding. By the end of the night, I could still dance without pain, and photographs showed my legs looking longer than they actually are. Do you tend to sacrifice comfort for style, or have you found footwear that delivers both? Hair frames everything. A soft bob creates definition and sharpness. Long layers add movement for thicker hair. A low chignon brings elegance to evening occasions. A 2020 ARP Lifestyle survey found that 71% of women over 50 reported feeling more confident in their outfit when their hairstyle was intentionally chosen rather than left unstyled. For me, a softly curled bob paired with lace always feels right. It balances modernity with femininity. A perfect formula to consider: a white lace dress, pastel silk scarf, pearl studs, nude pointed flats, and a softly waved bob. The look is cohesive, sophisticated, and ageless. Accessories and hair are not afterthoughts. They are the punctuation marks that give meaning to the sentence of your outfit. With fabric, transparency, silhouette, and color already refined, these finishing touches ensure your lace dress speaks the language of elegance fluently. The final layer to master is context, how to adapt lace gracefully to each season and occasion. The 5 golden rules for making sheer lace work after 50 are clear. Choose refined lace that feels soft and breathable. Keep transparency under control so the effect is alluring but never excessive. Select a silhouette that flatters your natural proportions. Use colors that lift and brighten the skin. And complete the look with accessories and hair that add polish without distraction. Clothing may not define you, but the right lace dress can project the most radiant and sophisticated version of yourself. Elegance at this stage of life is not about reinvention, but about refinement, each choice working together to highlight presence, confidence, and grace. This week, try making one small change. Replace a black lace piece with ivory, add a satin lining to a dress you thought was too sheer, or finish a look with a simple scarf and structured bag. Subtle adjustments can shift how you feel and how others perceive you. Thank you for joining me in this journey of style and confidence. If you'd like more expert advice on how to refine your wardrobe and embrace timeless elegance after 50, subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring how fashion can be a tool for self-expression at every age.